Welcome back. We're taking a little look at our interpersonal skills, going through what we've covered. Active listening, the ability to listen actively, being in the moment, not thinking about what you're going to say, but listening to what the person has to say, who is speaking with you. Communication styles assessment is an assessment of which communication styles best fit your stakeholders. And in this case, we're focusing heavily on those negative stakeholders or those who are out of line. Conflict management is all about managing conflict. You've got different conflict resolution approaches, but the best one is collaborating or problem solving, also known as confronting. Cultural awareness, being aware of different cultures of the people you work with or the countries you work in. Decision making, being able to make decisions as it relates to voting, for example. We talk about the fist to five or fist of five, and we talk about things like plurality, unanimity, dictatorship, and so on. Let's go really quick to 9.5 just to give us a reminder about that. There's quite a few places where decision making is mentioned, but in 9.5, it specifically talks about making a decision as it relates to resources. So right here on page 349, we've got a bullet. It says, decision making in this context involves the ability to negotiate and influence the organization and the project management team, rather than the set of tools described in the decision-making tool set. So in that set, we talked about plurality, unanimity, voting, fist of five, and so on. But here, the focus is actually on the ability to negotiate with individuals and make a decision to move forward. So it states some guidelines for decision-making include focus on goals to be served, follow a decision-making process, study the environmental factors, analyze available information, stimulate team creativity, and account for risk. So in this context, it's all about making a decision through being able to influence others who are involved. And that's on page 349. So PMI, they're very quick to tell you, in this particular instance, it's different. Take note of that. Still going down the list, emotional intelligence, being in touch with yourself, being able to control your emotions, and being able to influence other people positively as far as their emotions are concerned. Facilitation, we see this all across the board. Facilitation is used to describe bringing people together and being able to streamline their thoughts and their inputs. That's what facilitation is all about. And we see that in integration, scope, and risk. Very heavy in risk. So in risk, what exactly are we doing? 11.2, we're identifying our risks. That needs facilitation. That needs someone who knows how to bring people together and how to get the best from groups of people. 11.3 is also one of those things we do in risk. Perform qualitative risk analysis, again, could do with a lot of facilitation to be able to score those risks on that scale of probability or impact. 11.4, same thing. We're talking about performing quantitative risk analysis. Also could need quite a bit of facilitation too. And 11.5 is where you decide what you're going to do about those risks. So plan risk responses. Again, harvesting those great responses could require great facilitation skills when you've got groups of people involved. Next one here is influencing. You know, in the words of John C. Maxwell, the true measure of leadership is influence. Nothing more, nothing less. So this is all about influencing the team. And you can see that as evidenced in 9.4, 9.5, and 9.6.